In the 1700s, West Virginia marked the edge of the known world. To early settlers, it was the end of the map. A region of steep ridgelines, uncharted rivers, and dense forests where expeditions vanished without a trace. Travel was punishing, the weather unforgiving, and for many, this place became the final frontier where civilization ended and the unknown began. Traces of that forgotten era still remain. Seneca Rocks, rising like jagged fangs above the trees, was once used by native scouts to monitor movement across the valley. Blackwater Falls, where powerful waters cut through a gorge older than the nation itself, its name recorded in early accounts as something remote and unexplained. And then there's Glade Creek Grist Mill, standing alone in the woods, its weathered frame and a turning wheel, a quiet reminder of a period now lost to history. Join me as we explore West Virginia's hidden wonders, places that will leave you questioning why they've remained unknown for so long. The Monongahela National Forest spans a vast expanse of mountainous terrain in the Allegheny Mountains, covering over 919,000 acres in eastern West Virginia. It was established after widespread deforestation in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and the Weeks Act allowed for land purchases to protect watersheds and manage resources. The first land acquisition was known as the Monongahela Purchase, and the area was designated as an official national forest shortly after. Most of the forest is now second growth, having regrown after being heavily cut. Seneca Rocks is a prominent quartzite formation, rising nearly 900 feet above the North Fork River. They were formed from sand deposited at the edge of an ancient ocean hundreds of millions of years ago. Notably, these rocks became a training site for mountain troops during World War II. Today, they are a well-known destination for rock climbing and hiking, with a documented climbing history that dates back to the 1930s. Hidden within the national park, the Falls of Hills Creek are a series of 3 cascading waterfalls, with the tallest dropping over 60 feet. The site is accessible by a boardwalk and trails, and is one of the highest waterfall locations in the region. A bird that is commonly found throughout the forest is the barred owl, especially in mature woodlands near water sources. They nest in large tree cavities and are known for their distinctive calls. They hunt small mammals, birds, amphibians, and reptiles, adapting their diet to available prey. They are territorial, and pairs often stay together for years. Dolly Sods is a high plateau with weather patterns and plant life more typical of areas much further north. The landscape includes rocky outcrops, dense forests, and open heath barrens. The area is popular with backpackers and photographers for its remote trails and unique ecosystem, though there are special regulations that apply to camping in this wilderness area. Elusive and mostly active at night, the bobcat is another animal that resides in the forest, though their sightings are rare. They live in various parts of the forest, especially in remote and rugged areas. Their primary source of food is rodents and other small mammals, although they will prey upon larger wild animals if the smaller prey are scarce. The presence of bobcats indicates a healthy ecosystem, as they require large territories and a stable prey base. At 4,863 feet, Spruce Knob is the highest point in the region and is known for its rocky summit and unique rock patterns formed by freeze-thaw cycles. The area was once covered by a dense red spruce forest, which was cleared for pasture and timber. The forest has slowly regrown, but regeneration remains slow due to soil loss and harsh climate. Located where the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers meet, Harpers Ferry National Historical Park is renowned for its industrial past, its role in the anti-slavery movement, and as a key location during the Civil War. In fact, the town was a focal point during the Civil War, changing hands multiple times and serving as the location where thousands of Union troops surrendered to Confederate forces. It became the site of a federal armory, chosen for its access to water power from the rivers. The armory was a major producer of muskets and rifles, and it became a centre for technological innovation, including the development of interchangeable parts for firearms. It was originally planned as a memorial to John Brown, whose 1859 raid on the armoury is the most famous event in Harpers Ferry's history. The armoury's fire engine house, now known as John Brown's Fort after his raid, is the only armoury building that survived the Civil War. It became a symbol of the abolitionist movement, even inspiring the song John Brown's Body. Previously mentioned briefly, the Potomac River flows past Harpers Ferry, forming a natural boundary and providing water power that fueled the town's early industry. The river was central to George Washington's vision of a navigable waterway for trade and westward expansion. Efforts to make the river more navigable led to the creation of canals and improvements that shaped the region's economic development. Babcock State Park is located in Fayette County and covers over 4,000 acres of forested mountains, streams, and recreational areas. It was developed as part of a public works program during the Great Depression, with much of its infrastructure built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Workers constructed cabins, picnic shelters, and other facilities using locally sourced stone and American chestnut wood. Completed in 1976, the Glade Creek Grist Mill is a working replica of Cooper's Mill, which once stood nearby. Serving as a tribute to the hundreds of mills that once operated in the region, it was built using parts salvaged from 3 historic mills: the main structure from Stony Creek Grist Mill, the water wheel from Spring Run Grist Mill, and additional parts from Onego Grist Mill. Visitors can tour the mill and watch as corn is ground into cornmeal using traditional methods. The process starts with dried corn poured into a hopper, water from Glade Creek turns the wheel, and the grindstone crushes the corn. Interestingly, the miller collects a portion of the cornmeal as a fee, a practice known as the miller's toll. In the past, people often bartered goods for cornmeal instead of using money. Morgantown is widely recognised for being home to West Virginia University, a major research institution that shapes much of the city's identity and activity. The university began as the Agricultural College of West Virginia, founded under the Morrill Land Grant Colleges Act, and was renamed soon after to reflect its broader educational mission. Notably, its basketball program gained national attention when Jerry West, a future NBA Hall of Famer, led the team to the national championship game. The town is also famous for the "Let's Go Mountaineers" chant that echoes through the city on game days, uniting students, residents and visitors. The university's presence has influenced Morgantown's growth, culture and reputation as a centre for education, sports and innovation. The Davis and Elkins Historic District is located on the campus of Davis and Elkins College in Elkins. It is characterised by its grand Victorian-era mansions and outbuildings, which were once the homes of Henry Gassaway Davis and Stephen Benton Elkins, two influential figures in the region's railroad, coal, and political history. They played major roles in developing railroads and industry in the area, which led to the founding of Elkins as a city. The estate was once nearly self-sufficient, with orchards, livestock, a dairy, an ice house, and greenhouses. Within the district is the Graceland Inn, a restored Victorian mansion featuring native stone construction, ornate woodwork, and period furnishings. It serves as an inn and restaurant, offering overnight stays and meals with views of the surrounding campus and mountains. The gatehouse, located at the entrance, is a smaller stone building with architectural details that echo the main house. It originally served as the residence for the estate's groundskeepers and remains a distinctive feature of the property. The Appalachian Mountains stretch from Newfoundland in the north to central Alabama in the south, forming a long chain of ridges and valleys. Its name comes from a Native American village called Appalachian, encountered by Spanish explorers in the 16th century near present-day Tallahassee. The range is known for its rolling hills, forested slopes, and a hiking trail that runs most of its length, the Appalachian Trail, which is one of the most famous long-distance footpaths in the world. They are among the oldest mountains on Earth, as tall as the Alps or Rockies at one point in time, but have eroded into the lower, rounded peaks seen today. Tibet Knob is a rocky outcrop, offering wide views over the surrounding ridges and valleys. The hike to the top is moderately challenging, being short but steep, and the summit is less crowded than other nearby peaks. The northern cardinal is a familiar sight throughout the mountains, so often that it serves as the official state bird of West Virginia. The bird is known for its crest, and strong conical beak males are bright red, while females are more subdued with reddish highlights. Occasionally, there are rare yellow cardinals that are born, though this usually happens when the bird lacks the enzyme to convert pigments to red. These birds do not migrate, so they are seen year-round, often fluffed up against the cold in the winter. During courtship, males feed seeds to females beak to beak. Martinsburg is nicknamed the Gateway to the Shenandoah Valley, recognised for its railroad legacy, Civil War history, and dynamic downtown. The city was laid out by General Adam Stephen in the 1770s along Tuscarora Creek, then named for Colonel Thomas Bryan Martin, a nephew of Lord Fairfax a prominent landowner in the region. It quickly became the county seat of Berkeley County and developed into an industrial town, starting with grist and oil mills and later becoming a significant railroad hub. Interestingly, it was the starting point of the Great Railroad Strike of 1877, the first nationwide industrial strike in the United States, as railroad workers protested wage cuts, halting trains, and drawing national attention. Kanawha Falls is a wide, cascading waterfall on the Kanawha River, located just downstream from the point where the New and Gorge rivers meet. The falls are formed by a diagonal sandstone ledge that stretches across the river, creating a natural barrier that has long served as a boundary, separating the ecological systems of the New and Kanawha rivers. Fish species found below the falls are often unable to move upstream, resulting in a unique mix of native and non-native species above the falls, with some species found nowhere else in the world. Additionally, the falls have also served as a dividing line between commercial barge traffic downstream and recreational whitewater rafting upstream. Big Schloss is a prominent peak in the Great North Mountain Range of the Ridge and Valley Appalachians, situated on the border of Virginia and West Virginia. Part of the George Washington National Forest, the summit features a large outcrop of white sandstone that stands out from the surrounding forested ridges and is accessible via several hiking trails. Its main route has a steep, rocky ascent at the start, followed by a level ridgewalk with intermittent views before reaching the summit. The summit's name comes from German settlers, with it meaning castle in German, chosen because the rocky formation reminded them of a castle's imposing size and presence. The area was once home to a civilian conservation corps camp in the 1930s, which contributed to reforestation and infrastructure improvements in the region. Charleston is the state capital and largest city in West Virginia, defined by its government, business, and cultural institutions, as well as its role as a transportation and economic centre for the region. The city's name is believed to honour Charles Clendenin, the father of George Clendenin, who established the first permanent settlement, Fort Lee, in the late 18th century. Daniel Boone, the famous frontiersman, lived in the area and served as a delegate in the Virginia legislature, representing Kanawha County. Designed by architect Cass Gilbert, the West Virginia state capitol is the city's most prominent landmark. The current capitol was completed in stages over 8 years, with the central dome that rises higher than the dome of the US Capitol finished in the early 1930s. The structure is faced with Indiana limestone and was inspired by the Pantheon in Paris. New River Gorge National Park and Preserve protects a deep canyon carved by the New River, one of the oldest rivers on Earth. Despite its name, the New River is estimated to be hundreds of millions of years old, predating the Appalachian Mountains through which it flows. The river's unusual northward flow and ancient origin have made it a subject of geological study and local legend. Soaring 876 feet above the river is the New River Gorge Bridge, one of the world's longest single-span steel arch bridges. Completed in the late 1970s, it transformed travel in the region, reducing a 45-minute drive across winding roads to less than a minute. The bridge is constructed from weathering steel, which never needs painting, a cost-saving and practical innovation. Thurmond is a nearly abandoned coal town in the New River Gorge, famous for its preserved historic buildings and its status as one of the least populous municipalities in West Virginia, with a population of fewer than 10 people. The town was established in the late 1800s by Captain William D. Thurmond, who received land as payment for surveying work and saw the potential for a railroad and coal centre along the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. A spa town famed for its mineral springs and historic bathhouses, Berkeley Springs was established specifically to serve visitors seeking the health benefits of the mineral waters. The Virginia legislature set aside land for the purpose of housing those who came to take the waters for their health, making it one of the only towns founded for this reason. The springs flow at a constant temperature, with water emerging from the base of Warm Springs Ridge and supplying both the public baths and the municipal water system. The first president of the United States, George Washington, notably visited as a teenager and returned many times, endorsing the spring's benefits in his writings. Saltville is a small town, defined by its extensive salt marshes, which have shaped its history for thousands of years, as well as serve as its namesake. The salt deposits attracted prehistoric animals, indigenous tribes such as the Chiska people, European settlers, and later, industrialists. During the Civil War, the salt works supplied much of the salt used to preserve meat for the Confederate Army, making the town a target for Union raids. Two major battles were fought over the salt works, and the destruction of these facilities was a significant blow to the Confederacy. The town's slogan is "Preserving History for over 30,000 years from the Ice Age to the Space Age," with the salt mine here even used in the Apollo space program. Summersville Lake is the largest lake in West Virginia, formed by the construction of Summersville Dam on the Gorge River in Nicholas County. The lake was created in the 1960s by the US Army Corps of Engineers for flood control, hydroelectric power, and recreation. Specifically, it was to prevent flooding along the Gorge and Kanawha rivers, and the dam is the second largest rockfill dam in the eastern United States. Each fall, water released from the dam creates world-famous whitewater conditions on the Gorge River, attracting rafters and kayakers from around the world. Montgomery is a small town situated along the Kanawha River, with a history deeply rooted in coal mining and the railroad industry. The town became the largest in Fayette County at the time, with trains running through its centre and coal shaping its economy and daily life. Cooper's Rock State Forest is located east of Morgantown and is known for its sandstone cliffs overlooking the Cheat River Gorge. The name comes from a legend about a fugitive Cooper, a barrel maker, who hid from the law in the area and continued his trade while living in the forest. The main overlook, built by the Civilian Conservation Corps during the Great Depression, provides panoramic views of the gorge and surrounding mountains. The city of Bluefield is known as the Gateway to the South and is recognised for its railroad legacy, coal industry, and cool mountain climate. In fact, it once had more automobiles per capita than any other city in the country during the coal boom years. It is also nicknamed Nature's Air-Conditioned City because of its cool summer temperatures, a result of its elevation and mountain setting. The city is famous for offering free lemonade on days when the temperature hits 90 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Blackwater Falls State Park is known for its iconic waterfall, where the Blackwater River cascades over a high ledge, creating a dark, amber-coloured fall. The water's colour comes from tannins released by fallen hemlock and red spruce needles. The park also includes old-growth forests, including stands of eastern hemlock and red spruce. This is West Virginia, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Canada, check out this video.